Hey, what's going on everyone? My name's Aiden, otherwise known as Roland WWFC, and welcome back. It's that time of the week again. Yes, it's Tuesday, where I do my review of this game week. And it is, of course, for this game week 14. There was a lot of game weeks in there. So jumping right into what my transfers were for this week. There it is again. It was Ryan Taylor and Joe Allen. And as you can see, what a cracking week those two lads had. Ryan Taylor here got 0 points, yellow card, goal conceded, wiped out any kind of positive he had on the game, statistically anyway. And there goes all my points. Got me 0 points. Brilliant start in my squad, isn't it? Not as good as a start as Joe Allen has over here in midfield, -1. Thanks to the red card that he picked up. That was 2 yellows. Again, wiped out any positive he had, and in fact he actually had a hindrance on my side, making me lose 1 point. Cheers. And also what makes it even worse is that he's now missing for, I believe, 1 game, could be more, I'm not sure, I'm not 100%. We'll have to wait and see. Thankfully he's cheap and he's not taking up too much on my wage bill. Otherwise I really would be, sat here depressed and crying. But other than that, I'm all positive, jolly. Hey, let's carry on. In goal, Mr. Friedel, the oldest man in the Premier League, 7 points. Age has no bearing on this guy. He's like Peter Pan. He really doesn't care, flying across the goal, making a spectacular save after spectacular save. He got me 7 points in a 3-0 win for Tottenham against Bolton. Amazing really how old he is, and yet, thankfully, as I say, this game doesn't take into consideration age. It purely looks at how well they're playing, and this game's saying he's playing, amazingly well. 7 points for this game week. Top-notch amount of points that is for a goalkeeper. Really can't complain about that. Moving into my back three, I have Luis, Enrique, and I've already spoken about Ryan Taylor there. Luis originally wasn't in my starting 11. I actually had Ryan Taylor. He got me 5 points. He lost a point for a yellow card, got 4 points for a clean sheet, and 2 points for playing 90 minutes. Now this really doesn't, give the feeling of the actual game, because I actually watched it. I think it was the early kickoff for this game week, and he was playing obviously against Newcastle, against Ryan Taylor. So I had the dilemma when I was selecting: do I pick Ryan Taylor or do I pick Luis? Given Chelsea's record and the way that they were playing, I plumped for Ryan Taylor. Ultimately, that obviously wasn't the best choice because Chelsea won 3-0. Really didn't think that one through. But I was within 4 minutes of watching the game. I honestly thought and was nodding along that I'd made the right decision. And for any of those of you that have seen the highlights or were watching the game will know what I'm on about. It was essentially Luis, within 4 minutes, I think, of the game. It was 4 minutes old. Effectively, well, there's no other way of saying it really. Rugby tackled Demba Ba. He was one-on-one effectively with the goalkeeper. He was maybe stretching for the ball, but he wasn't going to even let him get the chance of getting a toe on that ball. He just took him down, and it was very close, I think, for being a penalty, but somehow he got away with a yellow card. And I honestly felt, 4 minutes into the game, he could have been red carded. He's in my team. He was in my squad, and I honestly thought, I made the right decision there. I thought, yes, I'm really proud of myself there. I thought, I made the right decision. I don't usually do that, so I kind of thought, tip my hat there. I thought, yes, I made the right decision there. But ultimately, over the 90 minutes, he proved me wrong, and thankfully, one of my players elsewhere didn't play. I think it was Ledley King, and he then got drafted in. I got that 5 points, so relatively happy. As a general rule of thumb, you should never really pick, sides that are playing against each other in your squad. It's generally, unless you're predicting a 0-0 draw, not the best way of things going about things really. You're asking for trouble really. I've got an itchy nose there, but you're really asking for trouble, because any kind of goal scored, you're not getting a clean sheet bonus, and it's generally, fantasy football, you don't really want to pack out your defence, because that's not where the points are. So skipping over that, Luis got me 2 points. Nothing in, or not Luis, Enrique. They're so similar. not really, but they are in my head anyway. Moving into midfield. Generally, quite a good area for myself. Got 3 big players in Silva, Nani and Walcott. A budget player in Allen, we've already spoken about him. Nani, Walcott, Silva, I think all got me assists. Yeah, Walcott assist. Nani, did he get me assist? He did. And Silva, did he get me assist? Yep, so 3 assists right there. So that's not bad. And generally that shows in the points there. You know, medium to high points, I think, generally. You know, anything above 5 means that they had a relatively good game week. They had some sort of impact, and to get that across 3 of them is a good start. Would have liked to have seen a goal in there, and that really would have improved my game week score. But nevertheless, don't be greedy, Aiden. Be happy with what you got. There's a life lesson in there somewhere. Moving into my forward 3. 2 of the 3 didn't fire. Adebayor, my captain, didn't do anything, just got 2 points. Double Axe is my captain, 4 points. Agbonlahor, 2 points again, didn't do anything. Didn't really have a sniff against who are they playing? Were they playing Man United? Yeah, they didn't really have a chance. I was watching that game. It was pretty boring from an Aston Villa point of view. All Man United, really. What can you do? On the striker front and the captain front, I never seem to be able to pick the right man every game week, or not even one game week, to be honest. Just never seem to pick the right guy. Always get someone who either plays for like a minute or something and they get 2 points, or someone who plays 90 minutes and gets 2 points but does nothing else. And as I said before, your captain really swings your game week. I just never seem to pick the right guy, so I need to focus on that, I think, and hopefully next game week I can improve on that. Long was my only real forward that scored decent points, 8 points, tied most with Nani there. He got me effectively because he scored a goal, that's why. And in a West Brom side, he's the main man, really. Him or Odemwingie, they're going to score the goals, and he scored me a goal, so that's really brought some respectability to that front line, which I kind of think it looks dangerous. You know, on its day, I think that could score you 6 goals easy. But they never seem to put it all together in one game week, unfortunately for myself. But hopefully it's just around the corner. Next game week they'll do it. I'm pretty sure of it. Nah, they're not going to do it, are they? Hopefully, fingers crossed. Let's hope. Scrolling down towards my bench, you can have a look of my whole squad effectively, and if I made any mistakes, putting players in the wrong position or not playing them, etc., etc. Schwarzer, the man for the game, actually got 7 points, but as he got a bonus for being one of the 3rd best player, I believe, he got an extra bonus point, which meant he got 8 points, which I've lost a point out there effectively with him and Friedel, which generally, when you look at your goalkeepers, how many times have you had goalkeepers that have got 7 and 8 or higher? Both of them. Very rare. I think this is the first time I've ever had it anyway. Maybe you're amazing and every game week, your goalkeepers get clean sheets and blah blah blah. Never happens to me, really. Kind of gutted, really. 8 points there, or 7 points if I'd switched it around with Friedel being on the bench, that I've just not wasted, but I don't get to see the benefit of them. Okay, I kind of get them man points, as it were, whereby I can say, I had an 8 player on the bench. Well, whoop-de-doo, he should have been in your starting 11 there, Aiden. Well done. And you kind of feel like an idiot then. Bench, nothing really happening here. As I said, King didn't play any minutes. That's why Luis was swapped in. Moses, 2 points, and Gibbs was out injured. He wasn't going to play. I knew that. That's why he's in my 3rd, sub slot. So going over that, I had a game week of 48 points. The average was 53, so below average. I'm falling down again. Not really catching up. I need to have some inspired transfers and that pull off for me to gain some respectability back. The average was, as I said, was 53 points, highest 132. I just generally don't like to look at this score here because it gets me all jelly. But my name's Aiden, otherwise known as Roland WWFC. I mucked that up. Yay! That's Roland WWFC. You already know it anyway, so who cares? My name's Aiden. See ya.